Hi there, Lisa here. Hey, the next speaker you're going to hear from is Mike Vogt with Guild Mortgage, and he's going to go over a lot of the loan options and even some grant options, help you figure out how to finance your next dream home.
All right. Good evening, guys. My name is Mike Vogt. I'm a loan officer with Guild Mortgage. My office is here in Swansea, Illinois, just down Frank Scott Parkway. A little bit about me real quick. I've been in the mortgage industry over 25 years, so I've seen high rates. I've seen the 2% with COVID. I've seen lots of inventory on the market. We've seen low inventory on the market. So I've seen the market crash in 07, 08. So we've been through a lot, in the 25 years. Guild Mortgage is based out of San Diego, California, is where they're at. They're nationwide. Okay, so we do business out of 48 of the visiting states is what we do. Guild, in every state that they're licensed in, is big on first-time home buyers. So they participate in all the grant programs that are available in that state. Okay, what Guild is trying to do for first-time home buyers, they want to be your first lender. They want to be your second lender when you sell and buy a new house. They want to do loans for your kids when they're old enough. So they want to be your lender for life. It's not just a one-time transaction and hey, we're done. Okay, so when you come to Guild, we do have the option of us servicing your loan. We do have an option of other investors, just depending on, they might have a better rate than we have on a certain day that we go to market, okay? But what they're wanting to try to do to help first-time home buyers is build wealth through buying real estate, is what they're wanting to do, okay? So really, when you go and you're wanting to look for a house, first thing you want to do is get pre-approved. That way you know, how much can I afford? What are my payments going to be? What are you going to need from me in order to make sure I do get pre-approved, okay? So what I would do is take an application, whether it's through the automated system or whether you want to come in person and sit down and do the application, or whether you want to, just take it over the phone. Many options for you. If you do it online, you can actually upload docs through the secure portal, so you can actually upload pay stubs and W-2s. If we need tax returns or bank statements, you can upload them all into the secure portal, okay? Once you apply online, usually I'm looking at your application. If it's not that day, it's gonna be next day, okay? And then what I'll do is I'll set a time to call you back or bring you in the office, whichever you're comfortable with, and go over your pre-approval. Kind of lets you know all your different options that you have to purchase that home. A lot of times I might ask people, hey, do you have a home in mind you're looking at? That way it kind of gives us a scenario that we can kind of go over, when I do have you pre-approved. Okay, that way you kind of have an idea. You might say, oh man, I didn't think payments were going to be that much. Maybe let's back off, whatever the situation is, okay? So once you have that pre-approval, then you can start looking. The one option I'm going to give you too, not only are you pre-approved, which is an automated pre-approval, so I take your information, I look at your income, your assets, and we run it through an automated underwriting engine. That gives us an approval, okay? But you can always take it one step further. Just because you have a pre-approval, while you're looking, you can always collect income docs. I can get an application package from you. You could say, hey, we want to go up to 200,000 as far as qualifying. I can get you an application package while you're looking for that house. We can send your information off to an underwriter to review. Now we've taken your pre-approval to a credit and income approval, which helps strengthen your offer when you go to write on a house. Because now you're not getting a pre-approval, you're actually getting a credit and income approval, which is a step higher. So now we go in, we've already verified income, we've verified assets. So a lot of times it comes down to making sure your inspection goes okay, having an appraisal done, and getting title and homeowner's insurance, you're done. Okay, so it kind of speeds up the process. If you're wanting to do that, it makes you more competitive, okay? Around here, as far as loans that we offer, you're gonna hear VA, either one of you, military at all? Okay, so VA is for military. USDA is a rural home loan, so it's 100% financing. Rural means Lebanon, Freeburg, Smithton, Millstadt, Highland, Troy, places kind of on the outlying areas, okay? Those areas all qualify for 100% financing, okay? They are income driven, so you can only make a certain amount of income just depending on how many people are going to be living in that home, okay? Other options are going to be FHA, and you're going to your conventional as your other option. Okay, so you got those 4 different options available for you. Now, most first-time home buyers that I talk to, and I do a ton of first-time home buyer, they're looking for down payment assistance. They're looking for low down, no down programs. Money down is what they're looking for. Okay, so the things that we kind of have out there, just so you're aware, is there is a program through the state of Illinois, IDA, Illinois Housing Development Authority, that is giving money for home buyers. You don't have to be a first-time home buyer with the program, okay? It is a credit score and income-driven program. 640 credit score for anybody that's going to be on the loan, and then anybody that's going to be on the loan, the combined income is $122,280. Now, if you say, hey, well, just one of us is going to be on the loan, but this other person makes $70,000, I don't have to count that income into the qualifying income, okay? They do require a home buyer education class, which you can take online. It's pretty simple, okay? So that's one option that I have. We actually have another program that's a 0 down, which is they will give you the 3.5%. So there is no cap on that. So just whatever the 3.5% is for FHA, they will give that to you. It is forgiven as long as you make 36 consecutive on-time payments on your first mortgage, okay? They will now go down to a 600 credit score on that program. It used to be 620, now it's 600. So it helps some lower credit score borrowers get into a house with little to no money down, okay? On a regular FHA loan, you will go down to 580 with a 3.5% down. That's what's required as far as FHA is concerned, okay? If you're under that, we will go down to a 540, but they will require 10% down, okay? Conventional loans, you can still use the down payment program through IDA for conventional. We have a 1% down payment program that we offer. We will pay your other 2% up to $5,000, okay? So that's a program we offer. And like I said, there's lots of other things that we have. We have what's called our Gateway to Home Ownership program, which is a census tract driven program. So if you live in a certain census tract or you're going to buy in a certain census tract, we will give you up to $5,000 in closing costs, no strings attached. You close that loan, that money's forgiven, okay? So it's a lot of times when people call me and I get pre-approved, I might say you qualify for 4 different things, so it's nothing we need to decide at that time. Usually when you have an accepted contract on a home, then I'm going to come back to you and say, hey, let's go over these options. Let's look, which one do you think is best for you? And then we can go over payments, we can go over costs. That way you kind of know, what are my payments going to be? How much money am I going to need out of pocket? Hey, this is the program that we want to go with, okay? Right, so there's just a lot of different things that we offer. Other than that, I would tell you to take advantage of the credit and income approval. That way that gets that out of the way. And then anytime I take an application around credit, just so you know, a lot of times I might just pull a soft pull up front. That way I'm not hitting that credit hard, but at least it'll let me check to see what are your credit scores, what are your debts, what's your debt ratio, what can we get you qualified for. And if I say, hey, you qualify for this, and you say, it's not really what we're looking for, well, then we can say, hey, pay this off, or pay that off, or do this, or do that, and now come back to me, and then maybe we can get you pre-approved for more. But that way, at least you're not taking that hard credit inquiry hit, and then me telling you, hey, you need to do these things before I can help you. And then if I look at it and I say, hey, this is what you qualify for, you say, this is perfect, my next question is going to be, are you going to look to buy something in the next 120 days? If you say yes, I'm going to say, hey, let's run a hard credit inquiry. Let's get your income docs. Let's get your asset docs. Let's get an application package and let's submit it. Doesn't hurt anything. I've had some people in my system for a year now. After 120 days, we just keep updating things as we go, just because it's a tough market for some of these people. They're looking in certain areas and a certain price range and things like that. So, but that would just be my suggestion.